And we are at the last video, so which is adding materials. But before we do that, we need to go and just create the eyes real quick. I'm just gonna delete that one. So what I want to do is hit F4, take this, right click, convert that eye into an editable poly. Okay, then I'm gonna go to polygon mode, and I'll just control click on that just to get the iris of the eye, and I'll go and insert that. Okay, so something like that, like 1.5 ish, something like that. Maybe 0.1 maybe. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, I'll click OK. Then with my move tool, I'm just gonna push that back a little bit. Then edge mode, double click that edge, and I'm going to chamfer that, not as much. Okay, just to round that off a little bit. Go back to polygon mode. I'm gonna push this in just a little bit more. Okay, just so I can get that shape, and that is basically it for the eye. Okay, so now let's go and do some material. So the very first thing that I'm going to do while I'm on the eye, I'll hit M, okay, just to bring up my material editor, or you can go down to the slate material editor, that one over there, and we're going to go and create some material. So I already have that white material for my eyes, so all I'm going to do, just drag out another standard material, double click on that, and then double click it again. So it's important to rename these materials. So for example, this will be the iris, and this I'm just going to make a black color, and then I'll apply that. So as you can see, with those polygons selected, now that is black. Then I'll go and select these ones, okay, and now you can go and choose any color you want. So I'll double click on that material ball, double click this, and then this will be my eye color. So I'm gonna give her some nice blue eyes. So what you can do is you can go and apply that, and then if you're not happy with the color, just go to your diffuse and just mess around with that. So you can hit F4 just to get a better feel for that. Okay, and I actually think that iris was a little bit too big, but that's not such a big deal. I'll go and adjust that later on. Okay, I'm quite happy with that eye color. Okay, like I said, her iris is a little bit too big. It's gonna bother me. I'll just go and I'll just go and scale that in. I just went to edge mode, just double click that edge and then scale it in all directions. It's a little bit too small now, but whatever, I'll fix that later. Okay, so then what I can do is I can just go back to my front view, click OK here, push that off to the side. In my front view, I'll shift click and drag that over. I'll make an instance. Okay, and just push that more or less where it should be. That looks fine. We'll leave it like that for now. Okay, so all you want to do from here on out is just go standard material, drag that out, double click that, and this is going to be my skin color. So I'll click on diffuse, and I'll just make any material and apply that. Okay, so what I can do now is I can basically see what this needs to look like. So now I can go and make it a little bit lighter. I can go give a little bit more of a tan, so something like that. Okay, once I have all of my materials, I might go and do some other adjustments, but for now I actually think that's looking pretty good. Okay, next thing, let's see, maybe the jacket and the skirt. Again, the standard material. Okay, so this will be the, I'll just call that jacket. And I don't know, let's see if white, maybe that'll look cool. I don't know. And then maybe that, I'll make like a black color, and this inside in here, let's make that maybe the same black. That's not looking too bad. Okay, so you can go mess around with that, just mess around with the materials until you're happy with them. Let's go select the hair and the eyelashes. So I'll just hit F3 and just select that eyelash. Okay, now the standard material, and this one will be the hair, and I can go make this a brown color. I'm just going to apply that just so I can see what it looks like, and then from there I can go and do some further adjustments. Okay, maybe something like that. Okay, select the eyelashes, and I'm actually gonna make them black as well. So you can drag out a new material for that if you want. For example, the black material that I created over here, if I want to change that color later on, then obviously if I apply that one to the eyelashes, then that'll change as well. So it might be a good idea to make a new one. Eyelashes, and I'm gonna make that black. Just apply that, and I'll save. Okay, the necklace, so this can be like a pearl necklace, the standard material, and this will be necklace, and I'm gonna make this white. Okay, but with this I'm going to apply some specular to this and some glossiness. Okay, so you can see in here how that's starting to shine, and I'll apply that. You can see how it's shining a little bit. Okay, that actually might be too white now, white necklace and white dress. I might change the dress color, but I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. My turbo smooth is gone. I'm gonna apply turbo smooth to this real quick. There we go. So select the earrings. Now you can for the earrings you can go and drag out a standard material, or you can go and drag out a metal material like the Autodesk metal if you wanted to. So if you do not have this mental ray section, okay, I'm going to show you how you can get that. Okay, because as you can see, it has some nice hardwood textures, and there's metal textures, and there's glass textures, etc., etc. Maybe if a character has glasses on, you can go and apply that, but I'll show you that just now. So for this, I'm still going to use a standard material, and this will be can't spell earrings. give us some golden earrings or something like that. I'll bump up the specular level and the glossiness. Again, I can change this shader over here. I can actually change that to a metal and then bump that up a little bit. Let's apply that and see what it looks like. That's actually looking pretty good. I like that. Okay. And shoes. Let's go select the shoes. Drag another standard material. This one will be the shoes. And let's see, maybe like pink shoes. I don't know. We'll apply that and then just see overall what it looks like. So obviously that doesn't fit. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't really know what to dress as, so I don't know. Let's maybe give us some white shoes to maybe to fit with the dress. Some of the girls now watching this video are probably screaming at me. Okay, so let's see. Let's maybe bump up the specular level on these ones as well, just to give that some shine. Okay. And that's basically it. Now all that's left is let's go and apply some lipstick. Okay, so I'll hit F4, and all you need to do now, polygon mode, you just need to go and select the parts that need the lipstick. Hit F3 if you can't see. There we go. Make sure I have all of that selected. I'm just going to click on this so I can just see, and I might need to, I don't know, maybe I should, and I just lost, there we go. I need to select these ones, no, just those ones. I think that should be fine. Okay, so another material, you can either call this lips or lipstick. I'll just call that lips, and let me give her I don't know what color. Maybe apply that first and then just deselect that. Hit F4 just so I can see what it looks like. So that is obviously a little bit too much. So let me go maybe lighten that a little bit. Something like that. Okay. And that is it. The entire character is now finished. We have the materials applied, and let's see if I didn't miss anything. No, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so done. Now the only thing left to do is to go and render this character out. So you'll see in the project you need to render this character out in 1920 by 1080p. Okay, so all you need to do, you can go up to your render setup up here, that little teapot. So you go to your render setup, and what you want to do, the very first thing you want to do is in your common tab, you want to go all the way down to assign renderer, and you want to make sure that your production, you set this one to NVIDIA mental ray, and then the same with the active shade. Click on that and then NVIDIA mental ray, and then you can just save that as defaults. Okay, and what that'll also do in your material editor, it'll bring up this mental ray materials that you can use. Okay, so now that we have all of that done, okay, I'm gonna right click and unfreeze all, so I can select these planes. So what you can do is, if you want to, you can go and delete them, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to right click and hide them, just hide selection. Okay, I can just hit G just to bring up my grid again, just so I can see what the character is standing, and there we go. So now what you can do is, if you just want to do like a test render, so I'll zoom into maybe something like that, you can go click on render frame video, or sorry about that, F9 is the shortcut for rendering out, but F9 is also the shortcut for pausing my recorder, so I'll just click on that over there. And I see nothing rendered out. Let me see what's going on. Let me go to my render setup first. Okay, so what you want to do is, in your render setup, there's your width and your height. So the width I'm going to make 1920 by 1080. Okay. There we go, render. There we go. Okay, so now I can see what this looks like. I can see the nice metal look there on the earrings, and same with the little shine on the pearl necklace. Okay, so what you want to do is change this to shaded. So what you want to do, you want to get it at a nice angle. Okay, and then maybe something you want to do as well is, you can go up to this where it says perspective, top left of your viewport, so it should say perspective. You click there and you can go activate your safe frames, so show safe frames, so you'll see everything that is inside of these safe frames. So this is 1920 by 1080 pixels, will be rendered out. So get a nice angle like that, and then you can render that out. Okay, and there we go. So there's the character rendered out. So obviously this looks a little bit boring. She's just standing on a black background. So what you can go and do is create like a environment. So that's what I'll do. I'll maybe create like a quick little light room, so you can use this if you want. Otherwise you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna go and just drag out a box just like that, and let me just zero out these values. Okay, and I'll hit F3 so I can see where my character is standing. I'm going to push this back a little bit, so something like that, and I might need to make this box a little bit higher. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually now, I'm going to make the length longer as well, and the width. I'm basically making like a light room, like you'll find like a photography studio. Okay, so something like that. I think that should be good. Then hit F3 again, and I'm just gonna convert this color to black. Okay, right click and I'll convert that into an editable poly. I'll select polygon mode, select this front part, and just delete that out. Okay, then I can go and apply a material to this, but I think I'll do that later. Let me just make this white for now. Okay, so I can now go to edge mode, and I can select that edge, and I can chamfer that. I'm going to chamfer this quite a lot, so maybe something like that, and I'll add in a few segments. Make sure to hit F4 so you can actually see what's going on there. Let me bring this down a little bit, maybe to about 80, and about 70 of those, and I'll click OK. Now if we hit F4, we get this nice look going. So now, you'll find that it looks like that backdrop in a photography studio. So now, if I go and render this out, it's still black. Okay. Oh, the reason for that, I don't have any lights in. Okay, so what I can do as well, I'll select this top piece and I'll go ahead and delete that as well. What you can do is you can delete these ones on the side as well if you want to, and then if you ever need to make this longer, you can just double click this edge and just drag that out, double click that edge, make that a little bit longer if you need to. Okay, so let me quickly see something here. Sorry, I hit F9 again. Let me do that, and I'll render. Okay, so it's still showing that. Let me just put some lights in, and that should work. So lights, really simple. You go to your create panel, there we have lights, and you want to go to standard lights. Okay, so there we have spotlights. You have a target spotlight, you have a free spotlight, you have a direct. There's an Omni. Omni is like a light bulb. You have a skylight, so I might put a skylight in. Go to my top view, and maybe put that right on top of her, push it up a little bit, and this should give me some light. Let's see. Okay, see, that's still giving me some problems, and I don't know why. Let me try something. I'll select this element. I want to flip that. I think this was the problem. Let me see quickly. There we go. Okay, so what I actually did, and I forgot about that, sorry, is, let me undo that so I can show you what I did. So what you'll notice is when I dragged out a box, okay, so currently this character is standing on the inside of a box, okay, so what you'll also notice is if I go to element mode and select this entire element, you'll see that the selection is like very red over here, but inside it's like dark red, and then this is like grey almost there. So what you want to do is you just want to go and flip this. Okay, so if you go element mode, you go flip. Now you'll see that the dark side is on the outside, and then the light side is on the inside. So now if I actually go, let me delete that skylight for now, I'll add it back in. Okay, so now if I hit render that again, you can now see that we get that entire character with the background in. Okay, so now I can go, and maybe her having white clothes with a white backdrop is not the best. I want to change either the color of the dress or whatever, or the backdrop, but I'm not really going to worry about that too much. So now I'll just go and undo quickly. There we go. So I have that skylight in. So now let me do another test render. So you're going to render out quite a lot of things. Okay, So now with that skylight in, we can see here at the bottom, now we get some shadows. Okay, so you can have that in. You can go have this is a mental ray area Omni and a mental ray area spotlight. So you can go, for example, click and drag out a spotlight, and then you can select this piece over here and then drag it up and push it wherever you want to. Select that F3, select that cube, and wrong cube. There we go. So you can select that, and this is where the spotlight will be. So you can push that around a little bit, and let's maybe go and render out something like that. Okay, so now you can see we get a nice shadow being cast. We get some nice lighting there on the actual character's face. So if I zoom in, we can see we get some nice lighting there. Okay, we get some lighting everywhere, some nice shadows. We can see the shadows inside of the shirt, and I think that's looking pretty good. We get shadows on there. What we also just want to make sure of is we go to either my front view or any view. I'm just going to select either the character or the backdrop. Just want to make sure that the character is actually standing on that. Okay, so you want to go mess around with these lights. So if you want to use a spotlight, rather use the mental ray area spotlight. And if you want to use an Omni is basically like a globe. Okay, so you can put that, for example, over here. I'll put that like right in front of her face to show you what that looks like. I'll render that out. Okay, so there's going to be quite a lot of light in her face now, so you can see that that is way too powerful. Okay, that light is just too sharp. As you can see there, that's not looking right. Okay, so you would just want to go maybe take this further away. So just go mess around with the lights, okay, and do test renders the entire time. Make sure you have your safe frames on, and then once you're happy with the lighting, to test every angle. So zoom into different areas. So for example, in her face over here, zoom in, see if you get the shadows that you want. Zoom in at the bottom and then do a test render here so you can see what the shadows look like, and that's basically it. And then at any point in time, if you feel that I really like this white backdrop, but I'm not too happy the white dress with the white backdrop, open up your material editor, go find your jacket material, and then I can go and change that to blue if I wanted to. Okay, so that is basically it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do just a render like this. Okay, just finish rendering it out. So make sure 1920 by 1080. And then also something that you can do is you have a bunch of options over here. So you have your soft shadows, it's set to default. You can change these values up, set it to high quality, your final gather precision, change that up, your glossy reflection, all of that, and then do another render. So mess around with these settings. Okay, so you can see the shadows are looking a little bit better now. They're more feathered with this final gather. Yeah, and that's basically it. So I'm just going to quickly wait for this to finish rendering out. So what you'll notice is if you change all of this stuff to max, your rendering time will take a lot longer. So I'm just going to quickly just wait for this to, okay, it's almost done, don't have to pause the video. And then I'm just going to show you how to save out the image once it's done. So for example, there's my character. Top left, there we have save image. So I'll click on that. And then I can just call this, I can't remember, I think the project specified what you should call it. I'll just call this final render for now. And you can choose what format you want to save it out as. So I'm going to save it out as a JPEG or PNG, whatever you choose. I'll save file, change that to best quality, click OK, and there we go. So if I just open that up, there's my final image. Okay, and that's basically it. That is the project done. So project 3 is now officially done. Okay, so the next part of this video series is just going to be about rigging and then some animation as well. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope this helped. And yeah, so we'll see you in the next video course, like I said, which will be the rigging and the animation. Okay, bye bye.